don't really think it matters who scored the goal at this point. I think the feeling I had at the time was that Cristiano touched the ball. I was passing the ball to him. But what's important is that we were able to go on to the next round and a very important win against a very tough opponent.
Well, Ronaldo thought he'd join Eusebio as Portugal's record World Cup goal scorer, and boss Fernando Santos was amused by the questions surrounding the goal.
There was some confusion about who scored. Does it matter to you? Do you care?
I think it was a great match. Our team played very well, and the rest, for me, does not matter.
Lots to talk about. Did he or did he not touch it? Joe Cole, this is like a game of Cluedo, isn't it?
Yes, his reaction suggests he touches it, but I'm yet to see a camera angle where I can go, yeah, he definitely touched it. There's been an interesting conversation with Bruno and Ronaldo here. First of all, he gets the ball here. This is a pair that have worked so long together. Look, as he picks up the ball, he just peels off Ronaldo and just times his one run perfection. As he's coming in, I can't see where he touches it, Poogs. I think this is a better angle, and if you slow it down, it does not look like he can't see it, but like Graham was saying, he can definitely destined for Hollywood if he didn't touch it.
Quite often, if you touch it, the ball will change in the sense of its revolutions, won't it, Graham? And it doesn't there.
I think you're in the realms of only he really knows. That doesn't clear it. He'll be wishing he hadn't had his hair cut this morning. I'm looking at that reaction. If he hasn't touched it, that's pretty good acting. That is pretty good acting.
Yeah, he would say that, Hal, because he's a striker. And you as accent strikers union.
I mean, it isn't.
I think what I see here, I'm not seeing space between the ball and his head.
Yeah, but there's a period, Hal, when the ball comes
and it blocks the video. I understand what you're saying, but I don't clearly see that. And clearly, FIFA need to improve their camera quality because we should have a zoom in on this. But yeah, I think that reaction, he thinks he's touched it. Anyway.
There's only one person who knows if he definitely touched
it. I hope he's going to be asked directly. Uruguay then missed 3 great chances. Portugal then got a very controversial penalty right at the end of the game, and there is plenty of chat on that. Jimenez is the defender who goes down, and he's sort of nutmegged, Hal, isn't it? And his trailing hand there touches the ball.
Yeah, it's gone to VR obviously, and it shows the inconsistencies of VAR because he's using his hand to break his fall, and if he's not putting his hand down there, he's landing awkwardly, could potentially injure himself. From Bruno Fernandes' perspective, he's thinking, that's taking the ball out of my line of path. I'm in on goal. So, but really, we should have a clear definition of whether or not that is or is not a penalty, and we don't.
We'll get your views in a second. Let's go to Peter Walton.
As a striker, you're claiming that goal if you're Ronaldo, yeah?
Of course. If there is a slight touch, I suppose, but not when it's obvious that it's not you.
But did you maybe just felt the air? It's really close.
Of course Ronaldo's going to go claim it, but he knows he hasn't touched it. Even, you know how he knows he hasn't touched it? Because he didn't even give it the full commitment.
Oh, yeah, that was
he didn't commit to that one. He's like, maybe I touched it, yeah.
Right.
He knew he didn't touch it. And it was also funny when they focus on him, and in the stadium, they're saying that the goal is now Bruno Fernandes' goal. And while the game is going on, Cristiano is speaking. He's speaking at the screen. He's like, what? It's my goal. You give it to Bruno? Oh, but it's on my goal. You know what the next action was? Top of the 18-yard box. There was a chance for him to deliver the ball to Joao Felix, who was running behind. And Ronaldo said, no, sir. I'm taking this shot from here. I'm taking it twice. It's going to hit defenders. It doesn't matter. I'm about to score a goal. He did not.
I think we are all dreamers. And everybody wants the fairy tale,
texted him from the locker room saying that he believes that it touched his head. So
Who knows? The breaking news is that Cristiano Ronaldo did not score, despite his claims that it did touch him. I was just with Piers Morgan, and he said that Cristiano texted him from the locker room saying that he believes that that it touched his head. So, who knows? The breaking news is that
he plays his last World Cup. He has to score, and even if he doesn't touch it, yeah, let's pretend he touched it.
I don't think anyone's pretending he touched it. He's the only one who is.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I feel so bad for him. At 38 years old, you wanna lie about something that everybody clearly saw, and that's. I don't want to be rude towards that action, because I think he's so striving to get something out of it, and he was out when he got the penalty on top of it, so he didn't score the goal again. Oh my God, I felt so bad for him, and at the same time I found it a little bit pathetic, I would say.
Well, you mentioned the penalty, of course. It had to go to a VAR review to be awarded, and it was interesting the discussions that were going on around it as to where the law stands. Well, the law stands. In fact, it's written in the IFAB book, Jack, that you wrote, basically.
So it's my fault now.
Sure.
That because his hand is being used to kind of cushion the fall, it's not a penalty. This is no. Yeah. So you wonder why the officials. Here it is.
Yeah. This is from IFAB.
This is from IFAB.
In their booklet.
So Ali and I were having a long discussion about this and how this decision was made, and it was almost as a compromise in that